In this video, I'm going to take you through everything that you need to get started with modern calligraphy. So have you been watching loads of Instagram, TikTok, YouTube of beautiful calligraphy, but you have no idea how to get started? Well, this video is for you. When it comes to learning calligraphy, the most important thing is the tool that you are using. Now, you've probably seen loads of beautiful pen holders and nibs and all of these different inks as well, and it can feel really overwhelming with what to actually get to start learning calligraphy. So I actually suggest stripping it back to basics, and instead of using a nib and ink, you're actually using something called a brush pen. This is kind of like a felt tip, but it has a flexible nib. So as long as you have a pen with a flexible nib that helps you create thick and thin lines that you see in calligraphy, then you can get started using that. Of course, there are hundreds of different brush pens out there, and again, that can be really overwhelming to choose. So I really recommend that you get this pen. This is the Pentel Brush Sign Pen. It was actually my first ever calligraphy pen, and it's been a firm favourite ever since I started calligraphy over 7 years ago. It's a great beginner pen because it's not too big, which means that you can write at a size that you're used to writing at, and you're not having to create really big letters, which can feel a little bit weird at first. It's also not too expensive. You can buy these pens individually, or you can buy them as a set, which is a little bit cheaper. I'm going to leave links in the description below for everything I mentioned in today's video, so make sure you head down there and check out all of the links. So if you are looking to get started with modern calligraphy, you know exactly where to go get these tools. So that is the first thing that you need to get started with modern calligraphy. Just a pen that has some sort of flexible nib. You don't need lots of inks, you don't need lots of different nibs, you don't need fancy pen holders. You can just start off with one pen, doesn't need to be in lots of colours either. The next thing that you need to get started with modern calligraphy is, of course, paper. If you've got a pen, you need something to write onto. So I really recommend 2 different types of paper depending on what you're doing. So the first one I really recommend is the Rhodia dot pad. So this is a super smooth vellum paper that has tiny little dots, which helps you make your letters more consistent. The reason I recommend this notepad is because the paper is really smooth. It's really important to have super smooth paper so your nib doesn't fray or catch on the fibres of the paper. Fortunately, with the Pentel Brush Sign Pen, and part of the reason I suggest it for beginners, is actually it is quite hard to fray this nib. So if you do use it on textured paper, it's not the end of the world, but I do really recommend getting a super smooth practice pad like the Rhodia dot pad. You can also get it in blank sheets as well if you're feeling a little bit more confident. So the Rhodia is a really good notepad for just general practicing, but sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming when you start with calligraphy. So you may want to actually print off some guides that you find online. More on that later. So if you are looking to print out any guides, I recommend a really high quality, super smooth paper like the Navigator paper. Again, there's links in the description below for everything I am recommending. But basically, this paper is super smooth, and also the ink from your pen won't bleed on the paper either, which is also a really important thing to look out for when it comes to choosing your paper. You may have standard copy paper at home and think, oh, this feels quite smooth to me. But when it comes to putting your nib on that paper, it might not be that smooth and it could fray it. So I really recommend looking for really premium quality, super smooth paper. If you don't have a printer at home and you're looking to get some guides printed at a print shop, then I'd ask for a super smooth paper that's bleed proof, and maybe even ask if you could just test out your pen on the paper as well to see how it works on there. The final thing you need to get started with modern calligraphy is actually completely free, and we love a freebie around here. So that is guides for drills. So you've got your pen and your paper and you're like, right, I can start doing calligraphy now. And you start trying to do all the letters and it feels really difficult. And that's because you need to go back to basics and learn something called the calligraphy drills. So these drills are a series of weird squiggly shapes that don't look like much, but when they come together, you can create lowercase letters of the alphabet. I really recommend to any beginners when they start doing calligraphy is just to do the drills over and over again. You don't need to start doing letters straight away, although it can be really tempting and exciting. Just do these drills over and over and practice. The reason we do that is so we can build the muscle memory. So when it comes to creating our lowercase letters, we know exactly when we need to lift our pen off the paper, exactly where the thick and thin strokes are going. So if you've never done calligraphy before, or if you have given it a go and it's just not working for you, then I really recommend starting with your drills. It can be a little overwhelming learning these drills and knowing if you're actually doing it correctly. So I really recommend using guide sheets. And this is where the freebie comes in. So I have a 7-day drills challenge. This is a challenge that happens over the space of a week, and each day you'll learn 1 or 2 calligraphy drills, and it's completely free. When you sign up to the challenge, you'll get access to the Teachable Hub where you can get all the content. And by all the content, I mean downloadable worksheets that you can print at home on your super smooth navigator paper, and loads of video tutorials showing you exactly how to do each individual calligraphy drill. You'll also get daily emails of encouragement and be able to be part of a community of other students learning how to do calligraphy drills. And as I said already, it's totally free. So that's all you need to get started with modern calligraphy. You don't need lots of fancy pens, just 1 pen will do. You need super smooth paper and a way to learn the calligraphy drills. And that's why I have made the 7-day drill challenge completely free, so you can see what calligraphy is like and whether it's for you or not. I will say that after the 7 days, you will be addicted and you'll just want to keep doing calligraphy over and over again. And it will make you so much more confident when creating your own alphabet. I hope you found this video helpful. I've left links in the description below for everything I have mentioned, and I would absolutely love it if you became a new student for the 7-day drills challenge, or if you have taken part before, then I would love for you to join again, because it is so much fun seeing progress. And even if you're an experienced calligrapher, doing drills is so important. If I get a brand new pen, the first thing I do with it is my calligraphy drills, or if I'm about to do a big commission, again, calligraphy drills. So that's all you need to get started with modern calligraphy. There isn't loads of fancy tools, and it's not going to break the bank either. So all you need is a brush pen, some paper, and the free 7-day drills challenge. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all, or if there's any other calligraphy videos that you would love me to do. I'll see you soon for another video. Bye!